Hello guys, you're welcome to our SPI lectures, and this is your host Negedu Godwin. So today we are going to look at sound wave and sound wave parameters. What is sound wave? We already know from our basic physics that sound wave is a mechanical process and it's always caused by vibrating source. Vocal sound is caused by vibrating vocal cords. The sound from a guitar comes from vibrating strings. The sound that we hear is a result from a mechanical pressure wave traveling longitudinally in the air that was created by a vibrating source. The vibrating source physically causes the molecules in the air to vibrate, which in turn causes neighboring air molecules to vibrate. Thus, the mechanical vibration propagates through the air medium. If we measure the pressure in the medium, we will see that the pressure increases and decreases in a cyclical form as the vibration travels through the medium. What is frequency of a sound wave? The frequency of a sound wave is the number of vibrations that occurs in each second. There are three broad categories of sound frequencies. We have the audible range. These sound frequencies fall within a range that can be heard by humans and within audible range. Now, this range of frequency extends from 20 vibrations per second to 20,000 vibrations per second. That is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz or 20 kilohertz. In music, the frequency of sound is its pitch. Infrasound. These are frequencies below the range of human hearing, are also known as infrasound. These are less than 20 hertz. We cannot hear these low frequency infrasounds, but we can often feel the vibration. Many modern stereo systems contain subwoofers, which generate low frequency sounds that adds a visual dimension to the listening experience. Now, if you have woofers at home and the speakers are properly located, you notice in most of these videos where there are background sounds, you notice that beside hearing it, there is a feel it gives you. Those things were deliberately put there so that you have a relationship with what you are listening to. So that's how they manipulated infrasound for your domestic enjoyment. Now, ultrasound, these are frequencies above the human audible range. Any sound frequency that is greater than 20 kilohertz or 20,000 hertz are ultrasound. Ultrasound also cannot be detected by humans, but can be sensed by certain animals such as dogs and bats, etc. There are many medical uses of ultrasound. You have the diagnostic ultrasound, is for producing medical images. Therapeutic ultrasound, used to help heal tissues. Surgical ultrasound is used to break down tissues. You look at them one after the other in maybe one of the classes. Ultrasound is defined as sound frequency above human audible range. Like I said before, 20 kilohertz or 20,000 hertz. Now, if you look at this diagram, you will see the ultrasound spectrum for medical use. You'll see the ranges from ultrasound, audible, and infrasound. Then this for this normal spectrum, and this one is for medical use. You can see we have 1 megahertz Mega here is thousands. It's actually million. So 1 to 2 is for therapy. 5 megahertz use it for cardio, obstetrics or abdominal. 10 megahertz you can use for, so between 5 and 10 you can use for pelvic scan. Ophthalmologists will use 10 to 20. Diagnostic medical ultrasound uses the range of very high frequency required in medical imaging. It ranges from 2 megahertz to 12 megahertz. However, the upper limit of the range is being pushed higher all the time with the advent of very high frequency endoluminal probes. These probes may have frequency as high as 30 megahertz with penetration of 0.5 centimeter to 2 centimeter. In ophthalmic ultrasound, it uses a higher range of frequency between 8 to 20,000 megahertz. Frequencies up to 50 to 100 megahertz have been used experimentally in technique known as the biomicroscopy in special regions such as the anterior chambers of the eye. The choice of frequency is a trade-off between image quality and image depth, that's penetration. However, the frequency produces high resolution image but can penetrate less deep into the body. So here you have to be cautious of exactly what you are doing. What do you want? Do you want high resolution or you want depth? So the deeper the frequency goes for higher frequencies, the less the resolution. The higher the resolution for much higher frequencies, the less the depth. So sound wave generated by a source exerts a force or pressure on the molecules of a medium